Happy Wacky Hat Wednesday. For my wacky hat, I am wearing my cap from when I graduated from UCLA. It's not a very crazy hat, but it's probably the only hat that I have here in my room. So today, that's the hat that I'm going to be wearing. I can't wait to see pictures of all your wacky hats. Before I get to see those, let's get started on today's lesson, which is Module 6, Lesson 5. If you'd like, you can take out your packet now and work on it now. Or if not, you can just have a piece of paper out and work on your piece of paper. First, we're going to read our application problem together. It starts with the word roslyn. Give me 1 second. All right, let's get started. Roslyn has 16 fewer goldfish than Jaden. Jaden has 28 goldfish. How many goldfish does Roslyn have? On your page, go ahead and pause and solve using a double tape diagram. Okay, nice job. You solved on your own. Let's solve it together. I had to take off my hat because it was just bouncing around too much. First, let's draw the information that we know. You should have already marked up your problem, just like I did right here. Let's draw what we know. In our text, it says Jaden has 28 goldfish. So I'm going to draw a tape or one bar like that to show Jaden's 28 goldfish. We can't forget to label this bar with a J for Jaden. And let's draw a line up top to show that this total thing is 28. Nice job. Now we got to draw what we know about Roslyn. We know that Roslyn has 16 fewer or 16 less than Jaden. So if Roslyn has 16 fewer, that means Jaden has 16 more. So I'm going to draw a tape to show Roslyn's. It's going to look about like that. Yeah, I would say around there is good. I'm going to label it R with Roslyn. I don't know how many Roslyn has, but I do know that Jaden has 16 more. So Jaden, whatever Roslyn has, Jaden has 16 more of it. That means the difference between Roslyn's and Jaden's tapes is 16. So I know that this much of Jaden's tape is equal to 16, but I don't know how much of this tape is equal. And if I was able to find out what this part of Jaden's tape equals, then I could find out how many Roslyn has. So let's use a number sentence to find this missing piece of Jaden's tape diagram. So I'm going to start with my total that Jaden has, which is 28. I already know that one of Jaden's parts is 16, so I can take away 16. Now I need to find what happens after we take away 16. On your page, go ahead and solve this number sentence, either counting down or counting up. Yesterday, since I grabbed the part and counted up, today I'm going to count down. So let's try it together. Let's grab 28 and count down 16 times. Get ready. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Great, that was 16 times. That is kind of tricky because you have to make sure that you count down only 16 times and not more and not less. If you like to solve a different way, that's okay too. But we know that we ended with 12, so I'm going to draw 12 in my number sentence. That tells me that this part of Jaden's tape diagram is 12, and that means Rosalind's tape diagram is also equal to 12. You can double check your work by adding 16 and 12 and find the total. And I think that would be a good idea just to make sure that you have all the right pieces. I'm going to fill in my answer statement with 12. Let's keep going. Today we are going to be talking about the arrow way again. We've learned about the arrow way before, but this time it's a little bit different because we are going to be using place value charts while we do the arrow way. So let's look at this first one together. So we're going to start with the number 62. So let's see how many tens and ones are in the number 62. Here's that number. How many tens are in the number 62? Shout it out on 2. 1, 2, 6. That's right. There are 6 tens. How many ones are in the number 62? Shout it out on 2. 1, 2, 2. That's right. There are 2 ones in 62. Now for the arrow way, it's really important that the number that we're adding or subtracting goes on top of the arrow, just like we have it here. So on top of our arrow right here, we see plus 1. What do we see on top of the arrow? Shout it out. We see? That's right. We see plus 1. If I'm adding 1, do you think I'm going to add to the tens column or to the ones column? Raise your hand for tens. Raise your hand for ones. That's right. I'm going to add to the ones column because we're only adding 1 more. Let's add 1 more and see what we get. So we started with 62. Now let's add 1 more, 62. 1 more is 63. I know because I added 1 to my ones column. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So that must mean that we have 63. You can write it down here. And over here, I'm going to draw a picture to show what we just did. So we started with 62. So we started with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 2. Can't forget those 2. We added 1 more. And then we had a total of 60, 61, 62, 63. Let's try another one together. We're going to look down here at the bottom one. So on the first one, we added 1 more to 62. Now, let's try a different problem. So we're going to start again with 62. How many tens are in the number 62? Don't forget from last time. There are 6 tens in 62. So go ahead and draw them on your page. Actually, right now, pause and draw 62 using quick tens and ones in this box. I have 62 using quick tens and ones in my picture. Remember that 1 10 stick is equal to 10 and 1 circle is equal to 1. Now we are on this problem using the arrow way. We have our number that we're adding on top, and it says plus 10. What are we adding using the arrow way? We are adding plus 10. You got it. If we're adding 10, do you think I should grab 62 and count 10 more? Or should I be a super sneaky first grade scholar and add 110 to the tens column? That's right. I'm going to add 110 to the tens column. Since we're only adding 10 and 10 is equal to 110, I know that I can add 110 to the tens column and get my answer. First, let's draw on our picture what would happen if we added 110. So I'm going to draw right here 110. Let's count how many we have. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71, 72. Now let's try it if we add a 10 using our place value chart. I have 6 tens over here. 6 tens plus 1 10 is 7 tens. And our ones column does not change. We did not add any ones, so I'm not going to change anything in my ones column. It's going to stay the exact same. And over here, we got the same answer as when we counted over here. That tells me that 10 more than 62 is 72. Nice job. Let's keep going. We are going to do these two together, and then it's your independent practice. So for these two problems, instead of adding 1 more or 10 more, we're going to be subtracting. So the number that you're going to start with in this place value chart is 87. Go ahead and draw 8 tens and 7 ones in this box and play when you have your picture drawn. Nice job. You have 87 using quick tens and ones on your page, and so do I. Now let's see what this problem is telling us to do. It says -1. If it says -1, am I going to take a 1 away from the tens column or the ones column? Raise your hand for tens. Raise your hand for ones. That's right. I'm going to take away from the ones column because we're only subtracting 1. So if I'm going to take away, instead of adding on or drawing more, I'm going to take away or cross off by drawing an X over one of my ones. Now I also know that if I am taking away 1 or subtracting 1, I need to take away from the ones column. 7 is the number in my ones column. 7 minus 1 is equal to what number? Shout it out on 2, 1, 2. That's right. 7 minus 1 is 6. So I can put 6 in there. Did the number in my tens column change? Tap your nose if you think the number in my tens column changed. Tap your head if you think the number in my tens column did not change. That's right, the number in my tens column did not change. It stays 8. We only subtracted from the ones column. We didn't take away any tens. So our new answer is 1 less than 87 is 86. Nice job. Let's go on to the next problem. For this one, you're going to start with the number 86 in your tens column. And in your place value chart. So you should have 86 in your place value chart. And go ahead and draw 86 using quick tens and ones over here in this box. Nice job. You have your drawing, and so do I. Now, this problem tells us to subtract 10. If I'm going to subtract 10, do you think that I'm going to take away or subtract from the tens column or the ones column? Raise your hand for tens. Raise your hand for ones. That's right. I need to subtract from the tens column because I'm taking away 10. Now I'm 110 or 10 is equal to 110. So I can subtract 110 from my tens column. 8 tens minus 110 is equal to 7 tens. So I can write that right here. I'm also going to remember to cross off 110 from my picture. Did the number in my ones column change? Do I still have 7 ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in my picture? Yes, I do. So that number has not changed. So I'm just going to bring it right on over. Now we know that 10 less than 87 is 77. Nice job, scholars. The rest of this lesson is your independent practice. Keep up your hard work, and I can't wait to see you for tomorrow's lesson. Bye, scholars.